Kia ora!
Kia ora sama.
Kia ora!
Tēnā kōrua.
Ai, and tēnā koe, tēnā rā tātou. Ai ko sama bena tēnei, ko naia tēnei. And anei mātou ko Mel Tata, te kaiwhaka haere matua o Te Runanga o Ngāti Ranginui iwi. Tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe.
Cool, so welcome to our kaupapa kōrero for the day, which is pretty much just a wrap-up of how the pandemic's been for you and your whānau and what our iwi's up to now that we're moving into level 2. So, yeah, how are you, Mel, and how's your whānau and your bubble?
Yeah, I'm good. No mai haramai ki tōku bubble. We are all well here. I've got my 2 teenage boys that live with me, so trying to support them so that they're able to navigate themselves in isolation as rangatahi. Yeah. I think, as we all know, rangatahi, what's important is peer groups.
Yeah.
And that's something that's missing for them at the moment. There's only so much you can do via Zoom, via Facebook, Instagram, or all the other social media sites. So I know they are feeling muke for their mates, and level 3 enabled us to connect with my brother's bubble. So my nephew's been down and they've been doing a lot of rugby training down at our local club, because I'm lucky enough to live in our papakainga here at Hoodia, have the Judia Rugby Club down the hill, and Waikareau just outside of us. So they've got enough space, and for myself too, to have some ways in expressing or exercising energy, because the 4 walls are getting a little small now. Cabin fever's hitting in.
It is,
we need that modi outdoors to kind of uplift.
It is, definitely. And it is really important, to have that connection and that those different ways that we can reconnect with each other and with our taiao. So what are some of the things that you have been doing to look after yourself and to keep healthy, apart from you? We've got beautiful Waikareau out there.
Yes, so every day, every morning, I'm up at about 6 o'clock and I go out for a hikoi after I've addressed my emails for the morning, for that side of things, send out some more emails, so probably harass my team at hours that are a little ungodly for them. But it kind of gives me sets me up on a good kind of platform for the day. Get outside, do my walk. There's a nice little hill down there from going up to Kingswood Road that I kind of do 5 up and down, get the heart pumping, the blood running, come back and have something nice to eat. So I'm sick of cooking, Summer.
Oh my gosh.
But I haven't really hit the takeaways yet. I know my kids were within the level 3 hungry for some McDonald's. So I have done that for them. And a bit of fish and chips too for the partner. He wanted some fish and chips. So other than that, we've just been blessed to have some kai first and foremost, and been able to keep ourselves nourished during this time. I think I need to up my walking a little bit more.
It was really cool seeing all those our whānau just really come together and just be a whānau in our little bubbles. And I'm so over my cooking too. Went to McDonald's for the first time yesterday.
It
was average,
your kai of choice.
But,
I was thinking it's a little bit more salty, you know, given that we've been cooking at home and having fresh kai. You see the difference.
It is, and I don't think any of us have gone that long without a cheeseburger. So
tell me about it.
So I think that was all a good little detox for us. But so in terms of our iwi, moving into level 2 now, what sort of changes is that going to mean for us as a do?
Well, in terms of level 3, what we have been doing, in the level 4, we were locked down, so our offices were closed. However, as you know, Summer, we've had essential workers out there doing the do, which are over about 100 employees that are out there providing services for our kaumātua, our whānau haua. Then we've got our facilitators still delivering programs by way of the internet. So also blessed to be able to be at a time where the internet is readily available to us, and connectivity is somewhat the majority for whānau out there in the communities. So blessed to be able to still connect in a way, even though we as a people, I suppose, are very much around āhua, and we need to be in the presence of a person, and it's not usually just the physical, but there's also the spiritual that we share in terms of that connection. So it's been a learning curve for myself, for my teams, in terms of working with our whānau with different kind of counselling sessions, whether that's, you know, through our alcohol services, through our tāne, wahine services, and also with our tamariki that we have in our care, access that they have with their parents. It's been a struggle for them. So I always think about our tamariki rangatahi because they've got so much energy, and they need to connect āhua to āhua, face to face. So however we can try and give resource to that, we have. And that's been our level 3, or our level 4 and level 3. And I must say, we have a very dynamic group of kaimahi, from our eldest being Hui Kaku Kaue to our youngest Te Aihe, the latest addition. We have a great scale of generations, and but all very much aroha people, passionate about that. So that's been great to see. Moving into the level 2, we're going to be opening up our offices. It's going to be contact sign-in, which we've always done, but it'll be a lot more stringent around the comings and goings of our staff and of our manuhiri and whānau that come and visit us at our offices. So we just want to exercise our manaakitanga and make sure that anyone coming and going is looked after well. And has a good experience when they come to see us. So we'll maintain our hygiene practices. Where we can, we may still keep that virtual element alive in terms of working with our whānau that aren't ready to leave their bubbles yet. We also want to be available to those to that cohort, and then those that want to come into the office and visit, we'll still maintain our social distancing. I think the first week back will be a change for all of us, given that we've been working within our bubbles at home. So it may be a time for sharing kai, whakawhanaungatanga, re-engaging with each other, getting used to sitting at a desk, getting used to working with your kaimahi next to you, and just, we'll settle in first and have a few laughs, uplift the modi with some bubble stories that will be hard case, no doubt, then just keep the legs going in terms of hitting the road with our business as usual.
And I know for sure I'm looking forward to getting back to some colleagues next to me and not little kids.
Some adult conversation.
Some adult conversations. I'm so over baking.
I'm also looking forward to re-engaging with our kaumātua, but I know at level 2, there's still going to be those that will want to remain at home, and I am mindful that our kaumātua hui, we weren't able to have that given the COVID lockdown. So I am missing having them back in the office, but no doubt our board will kind of navigate what that looks like to the safest possible plan for them to come in into the office.
I know, they will be missing each other so much.
Yes, I'll be ready for their questioning because they've had a lot of time to start strategizing for our iwi moving forward, and I'm looking forward to it.
Girl, you are so brave. But it's going to be good, and I think everybody is just so excited to just see everybody again, kanohi, and get into their families. And I don't even know if I'm going to go see my nan yet because it's still here, and so I don't know, my daughter's going to, but I just don't know because we're still working and whatnot, so we'll see.
I mean, the stats are looking good. There's improvements that way, but there's always going to be those unregistered cases that could
Yeah.
potentially be out there. So if you have flu-like symptoms, use the resource via our mobile unit for COVID testing. Talk with your GP. Really contain whatever infection that is within your bubble.
Yeah, cool. And just a final message out to our whānau. Like you said, we've got our pahitahis going around our different Māori communities. So if you are feeling sick, go and get tested just so you can eliminate any possibility of it even being in our moana.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the positive at the moment is around the consciousness of health and leveraging of that environment right now. Everybody is eating well. There is a number of community networks working together. The system approach is working, but it's also identified gaps. So for us as an organisation, we're able to platform off our data that we've received over these last few weeks and really exemplify how we can potentially work better for the objective being whānau and whānau ora. So looking forward to kind of getting into the analysis of that data. Our offices will be open, as I said, it'll be a safe environment. We're doing our COVID protocols. Just a mihi out to all of those community providers, our marae. The innovation that's coming out from a voluntary perspective is amazing. The aroha that people are showing for fellow man is beautiful. We're seeing all ethnicities working in together. It's really, let's maintain the momentum. And we've got some great initiatives coming up through Māori Ora that have occurred through this COVID time around whānau hauora planning and what that looks like, not just specific to GP clinics, but also looking at rongoa Māori and how we can encompass that. So I'm working with aroha. We were just talking this morning, Summer, about what that would look like in terms of the service.
I talked to Ruahine this morning too. So
yes, so we'll leverage off the health consciousness out there and really just keep that momentum going. It's beautiful what's happening in times of struggle, seeing humanity come together. And also we've got Budget 2020 coming up with the government. So that's a vehicle, the iwi is a vehicle for us to actually put some of that data that we've received and put forward a case to say, hey, this is where we feel that the government need to put specific focus on in terms of Budget 2020.
Yes, and that's us. We're going all in this year. We're going to keep the momentum up. So yes, well, make sure you get a rest too. Have a good weekend.
Yes, I'm not really one to rest. If I do rest, I start thinking about other things and might get up to mischief, Summer.
Well,
not really. I'm a nan.
Okay, let's not talk about me and mischief. But no, as long as if there's anything else that our whānau has got in terms of partai or things, just flick us some comments and PMs and engage with us. We'll do our best to get back to you. And thank you so much.
Happy to kōrero. And I know that our teams will be putting up some of their promotions online, and just a mihi to you as well, Summer, for your input in terms of comms and your energy that you bring to our social media platforms as well. Looking forward to the year ahead. No, I mean, I think it needs to be informal. Let's keep it real in terms of our engagements here, and also pity and platform advertising with the mahi that they've been doing in terms of our comms. It's really important. We need to engage. We have to evolve with the times. I think we're doing that.
Yeah, well, heck, giving me a Facebook password's a good start. But yes, no, so honestly, you guys are doing so amazing. Thank you so much, Mel, for all the mahi you've done. I've seen you been working since this started. And it's just been really inspirational to watch our leaders in action, actually.
Another mihi, I shouldn't forget our board members. I mean, they have been great and very busy in their own doings in terms of making comms fluid from the marae to us here in the iwi office a lot easier. So yeah, definitely a mihi to our board members who are all your guys marae mandated reps, and a mihi to our Ngāti Ranginui Fish Trust and our Ngāti Ranginui Settlement Trust, two sister entities working alongside the society.
Yeah. Well, awesome, Mel. Thank you so much for your time today. I know you've got to get back to work, so I'll let you go, but have a great weekend and we will look to catch up with you again in a couple of weeks.
Will do. Kia ora,
Okay
Summer.
then, ka kite.
Ai, ka kite.